Well, recent days I've seen Rajini fans being, of course, somewhat excited for promotions of the film Coolie. And of course, this is one of those rare situations where we have superstars having two pictures simultaneously in the pipeline, Jailer 2 and Coolie. Rajini fans might remember those few years where Rajini did zero films, the period between Padayappa and Baba, for example, and even the year after Baba. So it is like an unexpected surprise, a surprise gift for, let's say, your kids, right? You just suddenly buy them, go back home and buy them some chocolates and some toys. They'll be so excited. So the fans are so excited. But regarding the marketing of Superstar Rajinikanth films and maybe in general film marketing, there are some issues recently that are of concern. If we look back in time about superstar films marketing, one of the more famous ones is of course Kabali, because the producer himself is a maestro of publicity and marketing, which is Tanu of V Creations. He is always very creative and makes a lot of effort to ensure that a movie gets the popularity it should, so that even a relatively poorly made movie, if it's done under Danu's banner, he would at least create the hype so that some tickets will come from the curiosity itself. So something like that happened for Kabali, because the way the trailer was cut, it looked like an out and out Basha type of gangster film, but in actuality it was more of an emotional family drama. It's just that so happened that protagonist was a gangster. So after the big excitement, it sort of became lukewarm quite fast. However, the opening itself was big enough that the box office had good income, and this caused Rajini to pursue a second film with Paranjit, the somewhat controversial Kala. But you guys with longer memories and longer age would probably remember there was even a movie before that of Rajinikanth which had much exciting publicity. Although after the passage of time, many remember this film as one of Rajini's best in all aspects, not only Rajini's acting, the cinematography itself, the dialogue writing, overall just a quality movie. And how to say, it showed also how within a limited budget a very quality product can be delivered, which is Talabati, right? They didn't go to Switzerland to shoot songs dancing around trees, they didn't have Rajini jumping on hot air balloon, all these things, but they just made a good drama, right? So this is when the directors were at their peak, Maniratnam, right? So sometimes also in Hollywood, when directors have lots and lots of budget, like George Lucas of Star Wars and whatnot, they create poor products. But when they're younger, they're more hungry, and with limited budget, they got to give the best. You find people become more resourceful. So sometimes lower budget is not necessarily a bad thing. But anyway, I digress. Talapati came out with calendars, Talapati calendars with beautiful stills. For those of you who were around at that time, there were Talapati T-shirts that came out. And so with all this kind of merchandise, merchandising, of course, Hollywood with Star Wars, and for many years from 60s, 70s, merchandise was a thing on Hollywood. But Talapati brought that concept quite popularly into Hollywood even back in the day. So even now you don't see films doing much in terms of merchandise and income. A lot of producers, lots of media personalities, for example, Mr. Dhananjay, and complaints about income going down, satellite rights reducing, even OTT not buying. Why are not they looking at concepts like merchandise sales that can also bring income if done well, especially for stars like Rajinikanth, of course. So these are all aspects of marketing, right? So we talked a bit about Kabali. We went back in time to the 1990s opus Talapati. And Rajini's been acting since the late 70s. So there were so many films that he was part of. Those more older fans might want to share in the comment section about other interesting marketing that happened in the past. However, coming now back to the recent times, Jailer, talking about lukewarm or low expectations, right? Because Rajini's films were sort of not so great at the time, Anathe and whatnot, and Nelson was sort of coming from a slump of Beast. But they didn't, shy away from marketing. So they did a very nice amount of marketing, not too much, not too little. It was kind of beautiful. And when seeing Coolie's promotion, this is the question that comes to my mind. You see, when they did promotion for Jailer, of course, there was that first intro concept with Rajini sitting in a chair wearing a simple suit, Nelson and Anirudh standing next to him. And then intermittently, Nelson tries to release some shots containing him and Anirudh, and that is always entertaining. A few minutes, them making fun of each other. I think those are good. Those are good kind of promotion. That's example of good promotions to me. Whereas in Coolie, you see what's happening is it's how to give example. Okay, example is, let's say I want to go buy 2 kilos of bananas. So the seller or the producer should give me one banana to taste and sample, right? That's how you should promote a market. But if the producer takes 1 teaspoon, takes one banana, cuts it into a small 1 teaspoon size, and gives me that small portion, how could I judge the product? Or if I go to buy milk, one gallon of milk, you give me one small tumbler to test, it's okay. But if you take 1 teaspoon, dilute it with water and give me, am I going to be happy or upset? So that's the issue with me when I see Coolie. I think this feedback we give should in fact help the producers to better market. So if they are watching this, they should take it positively. Means that when you give a promo, you should give some amount of weight to it. For example, the Chikitu Vibe song, which contains Anirudh and T. Rajendra, Superstar Rajinikanth is barely there. So we are asking, you guys are promoting a film starring Superstar Rajinikanth as a hero, right? And if you see Jailer's promo also back in the day, okay, fine, the song Kavala was about Tamanna, and even then they did put Rajini's face here and there in it, and then maybe some graphics with the name of the, what do you call it, lyricist, or name of the music director, because they cannot show too much. We understand that. That kind of promo is okay, but it's like almost, Chikitu is almost, we feel like it's hijacked by Anirudh, T. Rajendra, okay, you can put him here and there, we understand that. But I did feel a bit underwhelmed. You guys can share in the comment section on that. So when we saw Jailer, the song Kavala came out, and they just how to say, showed some bits of Tamanna dancing, a bit of graphics, and I think people are quite happy with that. But here they are giving us 30-second promos, right? This song, what is that, Monica or something, right, from this Coolie film. They're giving you some 30 seconds and you can barely see anything, and then, oh, wait for it. So you are tearing that, as it is, you're already giving us only a bit in the name of a song, and then you're tearing the scenes into small pieces. So when you keep giving 30 seconds things to people don't take it seriously. I don't even feel like watching these promos. I don't feel like sharing it with my fellow fans or fellow Hollywood lovers, because they say, what is this, man? Just, people don't bother. This upsets them. If you want to do a promo, do a decent size promo. Maybe you release the full song, a few scenes, right, and then maybe some graphics of producers, that'll do, right? But if you release a promo, 30 seconds, you make an announcement of an announcement, and then you say it's 6 p.m. today, and you make people wait, and then you delay it by another 1 2 hours. Please, come on. So all this makes, in fact, the fans angry rather than anything. Rajini is a market master of marketing, and if you saw his audio launch speeches, they themselves are worth their weight in gold. People love to watch them. That itself is like another movie, and the producer can make money by showing it in theatres and all that. So learn from Rajini. I would suggest producers in the future, when giving marketing, give us something substantial. Don't give us 30-second announcement with very brief images of the main hero of the film. So I hope this will lead to future more meaningful promotions, at least in Jailer 2. Just do something like Jailer itself is quite good already. Some short films and some weighty trailer, proper song, and then followed by the movie itself. What do you guys think? Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.